Hello, today I have a deck profile for Melffys. Melffy is a new archetype that came out, a bunch of level 2 beasts. They are very cute, and they are very good as a control tempo deck that can also have some swimming ability based on your opening hand. So let's get started with the deck profile. You're playing the Melffy monsters, 3 Caddy, 3 Puppy, and 1 Fenny. So, Caddy, Fenny, and Puppy all have a similar effect. During your end phase, you can special summon out of your hand, so you can drop them in defense. That's cool. Now, if the opponent normal or special summons a monster, or targets it for an attack, you can return them to the hand, and then they all activate a different effect. Caddy adds any level 2 or lower beast from deck to hand. Puppy special summons said beast monster from deck. And Fenny lets you special summon 1 beast from your hand. So this lets you search, this lets you summon from deck, and this lets you summon from hand. So Puppy and Caddy are the stronger 2. Fenny's still useful in case you draw into your play starters. Now I play for level 2 beasts, 2 Calantosa, and 2 Valerian for these plays. Calantosa, if it's special summoned by a beast monster, you can target a card in the field, pop it. Cool. Not once per turn, once you just keep abusing things, you can loop it with certain opening hands. Not really any power there. Valerian, primarily used as a level 2 beast tuner to go into plays such as Naturia Beast. So it does that. Effect is not really relevant. So that's pretty much it there. You play 3 Rescue Cat, basically tribute it and get any 2 monsters from deck. Any 2 Melffys, anything. So basically it's a free Naturia Beast is what it ends up being. Very powerful card, lets you get into any of your combos. The one-ofs, we play Hop Your Squadron, a Key Mouse, and a Mind Mole. Level 1 tuner. Level 2 tuner lets you use monsters on your field. So if they wipe your Naturia Beast or they wipe something you have, like anything, or you have any of the Melffys or level 2s, you can go into like a Herald. Very powerful. Level 1, you go into 2 level 1s, and this with, or 2 level 2s and Key Mouse with Obedient Scold, you go into Naturia Beast and Mind Mole. Level 3 non-tuner. Works with Hop Your Squadron. Lets you get a draw when it's used for a synchro material. And it can't be destroyed by battle once per turn. Does not really come up, but you never know. Hand traps, 2 Veiler, 2 Ogre, 2 Ash. Fairly standard. Not a whole lot more to say about it. Stops Numeron network. Does stop searching the monster effects. Pretty well-rounded there. Now we get into the spells. Here's your power play. Obedient Scold. Special summon 3 level 2 or lower beasts from deck. There's not much else to say. It's pretty much just everything you want it to be. You can go into all your plays, Xyz plays, Synchro plays, doesn't matter. Lets you do everything you want. It is usually the combo starter of the deck. Then we play a Melffy Hide and Seek, and a Melffy Tag. Melffy Tag, quick play Monster Reborn. That's it. That's all it does. Melffy Hide and Seek, it lets you shuffle 3 Melffy cards into the deck, draw a card. Or sorry, 3 beast monsters in your graveyard with different names. Shuffle them to the deck, then draw a card. And then, first time each beast monster you control will be destroyed by battle, or a card effect, I mean, it's not. So it provides a little protection. Mostly it's there for recursion, something to search also. Monster Reborn, because you need recovery. Deck does not do well against board wipes. 3 Called by the Grave. Obedient Scold being Ash usually means turnover. Same with Rescue Cat. Ares Rock Sunrise, same thing, Monster Reborn for beasts. And then 3 Forbidden Droplets. Droplets is very powerful. Stops a lot of things from going off. And when it comes down to it, you don't really care too much about discarding cards out of hand if it means your opponent can't play the game. So, moving on to the traps. Alright, the traps. We have 3 Infinite Impermanents and 1 Melffy Playhouse. Melffy Playhouse says detach any number of materials from a Beast Xyz monsters you control. Target up to that many cards your opponent controls and bounce them. Also, all Beast Xyz monsters you control gain counter attack for each material detached until the end of the turn. Attack boost, nice if it's on your turn. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. It's mostly used to swarm the field with Xyz monsters, detach a bunch of materials, and bounce the opponent's board. And can spell trouble for them, especially if they're going to link plays and they lose their board. Now, onto the extra deck. We have a couple of small little packages in here. So we'll start off with, Start off with the Link engine. We have this is Radiant. All the beasts are Earth, except for Hop Your Squadron. And I think Key Mouse is a light. No, it's an Earth. So everything's an Earth, good attack boost, nice right there. And then we have the Sky Striker engine, I call it, of Halka Fabrax, which then brings out Valor, goes into Selene, which then brings out Valor again, and goes into Access Code. And gets you 2 pops along the way, maybe 3 if you have Radiant in the grave or on the field. And just gives you a lot of damage to end the game. Now we go into the Synchros. You've got Naturia Beast. You want to make Nat Beast every single game, turn 1, unless you're playing against a deck that doesn't use spells. Not very common. Against Striker, you win. Barkion. It's the same thing as Beast, but negates traps, but you have to banish to use it. And then we play 2 Herald. Herald's nice. Let's use Hop Your Squadron to bring it out fairly easily. Opponent stops your plays. All you have left on the field is a level 2 beast, like you use a Kalantosa, pop a card. And then you have Hop Your Squadron in hand, synchro up into Herald of the Arclight, and then you can always negate something else. When we get into the XCs, we have the generics, which is Ronin Raccoon, Sky Cavalry Centauria, and F-Zero. All the monsters, XCs monsters you're playing are rank 2, so Topic Future is very nice. Once you attack something and steal it and use it for a turn. Centauria is good for getting over big monsters that you can't target unless you bounce it. And the Raccoon is just a very annoying card that lets you bring out a token that's very, very, very big. So, very useful card there. And then we get into 3 Melffy of the Forest and 1 Melffy Mommy. These are what you usually end up going to. You usually go into Melffy of the Forest first because it lets you detach 1, add a Melffy card from deck to hand, and then lets you do other things. So it lets you, another face-up Melffy monster you control returns to your hand, except during the damage step. You can target a face-up monster your opponent controls. They can't attack. Yep. Also, effects are negated while it's face-up on the field. So, you can bring this thing out in defense, detach 1, search a Melffy card, end phase, drop a Melffy, opponent summons anything, or goes for an attack. You bounce that Melffy card to hand, use its effect. Melffy of the Forest triggers, targets that monster that can't attack, its effects are negated, and it's permanent. So, it's very nice. And then Melffy Mommy, it's not really used a whole lot because it's not really effective, but it's 2+ level 2 beasts. And once per turn, quick effect, you can detach 1 beast monster from your hand or face-up field to this card's material. This card gains effects based on the number of materials attached to it. 3 or more can't be destroyed by battle. 4 or more, you take no damage from battles. 5 or more, when an attack is declared involving this card in attack position, monster can inflict damage to opponent equal to attack that monster's attack. It's not really useful. It's kind of just there in case you need a wall. You need to stall out for a couple turns. It's helpful, but that's about it. Usually you go for Melffy of the Forest and you put pressure on the opponent with other effects and other monsters. So that is it. That is the Melffy deck profile. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.